Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to talk about oatmeal for diabetics. Is oatmeal good for diabetics? So we know oatmeals are very healthy foods for healthy people, but are they good for diabetics? Can a diabetic type 1, which is not able to make any insulin, can safely have oatmeal without having a very high blood sugar or without having a low blood sugar? This is what this video today is about. So I'm going to do the experiment on myself. I'm going to eat a bowl of oatmeals. I did try 2 times before. I keep trying to find the right adjustment so I have the good blood sugars. I wanted to make a video about oatmeals for diabetic type 1, just to show other people what's the impact on the blood sugar, so they know if it's safe to do it or not safe, to show them how I do it, and maybe they can use it if they want to do it as well. Stay close and you'll find out. So let's get to it, guys. I'm going to show you here. I have this is the oatmeal I'm going to eat. I tried before with 120 grams of this, but this time I'm going to use less and take some more insulin to see the results. So this is the scale I'm going to use to scale. So let's put 100 grams, as I said, what this is looking like. It's not much. Okay, so this is it. We have 100 grams, as you can see, and also this is an organic oatmeal. It's having carbohydrates saying 56 grams per 100. So I have 56 grams of carbs here, which is pretty high. It's nothing what I would usually eat, but I just want to incorporate this and try a simple and easy meal like that. This is my 3rd try. In the last one, if this isn't going to work, I'm not going to do it again. So let's see what happens. I'm going to take my insulin now, and I'm going to wait for about 45 minutes, because this is how I usually do. So 45 minutes waiting, because this is how is my timing. If you want to see a full video about timing the insulin, click the card which will pop up top of this window. I have to tell you, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a diabetic specialist, so all these numbers are what works for me. The insulin quantity I take is what works for me. Don't try to take same amount of insulin for yourself. If you don't know how to treat your diabetes, please check with your doctor before. Don't do any changes by your own if you don't know what you are doing. So I'm going to take the insulin for this, which is a lot. I'm nervous about it, but I will do it. So my Nova Rapid, I'm going to take 18 units for that. This is the amount of insulin usually I take for a full day, even more than 1 day. But from the previous experiences, I'm going to show the trend. Turn out I need this much, and even that is not good enough, but let's try. So because it's so much, I'm going to split it in 2, because this is how I usually do. So I have a 9 here, which I'm going to take to it in my side here. Maybe I'll put it in an arm so you can see it. Let's try it. Back of my arm, 9 units. Just change the needle earlier. Wait, because it's a lot. Wait, I wait a little bit. Take it out. Yeah, and now another 9. Some of you may die from this. I'm worried about myself as well, to be fair. This is my Dexcom. So another 9. That's it. So now I wait 45 minutes. The clock there, it's 24 past 12. This is my time I eat. I have a late breakfast today. So it's gonna be around on the hour 1 o'clock when I start to eat. If I see the drop, I have here my trend with my blood sugars. It's on my clock. As soon as I see it start to drop, I start to eat because I know it's a very high and quick spike. And we will see how it goes once I eat. I'm gonna have the oatmeal. I'll put some milk as well. It's gonna be a cup of milk. I'm going to take it with milk. And after the oatmeal, I will have my coffee. And we will see the progress. It's 10 past 1. My blood sugar starts to drop. I just did a prick finger here. You can see as well to check my size 4.9. My clock is showing 5.7. It's dropping, is a little bit behind. So before that it was 5.9. So I start to see a drop in my blood sugar. So I know the insulin is kicking in. So I'm going to start now to eat and let's see how it goes. This is how it looks like with milk, guys. So this is what I'm going to eat. Guys, I just finished my meal. Now I'm having my coffee, a big nice cup of coffee here, and I'm waiting to see what the blood sugars will do. I hope I got it as good as possible, better than before. As I said, I tried twice. Previous times I ate 120 grams instead of 100 grams of oatmeal. This time I decreased the amount to 100 grams and I kept almost the same amount of insulin, hoping this time is going to be better. I'll have this coffee and I will see how things will progress and I will come back to you and I film. Right now my blood sugar is 4.6 and dropping according to this, so I hope I'm not dropping. I'll keep you updated. I'm exactly 2 hours since I took my insulin and I checked my blood sugars. Unfortunately, because it was so much change, I think, in the blood sugar so quickly, and or maybe it's not this one, I'm not sure. My Dexcom was a little bit all over the place, showing me faulty data. I'm going to attach the trends, but as I said, I'm not too proud of it. I don't like the way the Dexcom looked like because it was off. Maybe it's because this sensor, I had some issues since starting last evening. It started to drop signal. I think something moved inside. I felt I did a burst move with my arm and I felt something wrong going on here on my sensor, and the signal was dropping on off all night. And maybe that's the reason, I don't know. But anyway, let's get back to the story. So I did multiple measurements. Right now the measurement is 4.2, which is great in my view. If it's not dropping further, we will see that. I'll get back to you later. So I did several measurements. So it was, this is now 4.2. That's a little bit earlier, 4.7, so it's slowly dropping, showing. That was 5.9 at one point after I ate. At this point when I was 4.9, Dexcom was showing me like I was very low, but I don't know, 2.8 or something, but I never was that. And this is 4.1, this is 1:30. 4.9, 5.9. So these are the readings from today. These are the readings now. I will get back to you later. Maybe I got it right. I don't know. We will see. I need to wait. We need to wait a little bit longer because I might go a little bit too low now. I suspect, but it's not entirely sure. We need to wait. I'm not going to eat anything. I'm going to just drink water now. So for the next hour, I will just monitor myself. With maybe Dexcom slowly will get better. Now it's showing 4.1, which is pretty much what is showing from my finger. So maybe it just takes more time to adjust, but earlier it was all over the place, showing 2.9 when I was actually 5.9. It's nowhere close. I will keep you updated. I will get back in 1 hour time. So now it's 2:45, maybe around 4ish. I'll get back to you, and I will also attach anyway from the clarity all the trends, and I will show it from the previous uh, days when I ate a little bit more. I'll show you the results, and we will see what's the conclusion. Hi guys, I just came back again. It's like 45 minutes after. 20 past 3 now, and my Dexcom is showing 3.4. It's, as I said, it's a little bit off, but this is 3.7. So earlier it was 4.1. No, that's earlier it was 4.2. Yeah, and now it's 3.7, as you can see. So I'm running low a little bit. It's nothing dramatically dropping, but it's a little bit low, which I'm going to treat that. If you want to see how I usually treat my low blood sugars, I made a dedicated video about it, so please go ahead and check that video. A card will pop up on top of this window. So I'm going to take glucose. I'm going to take 1.5, one tab and a half of glucose. So 1.5. From my experience, this should do it. That's it. So it looks like I took a little bit too much insulin, but we'll discuss the details a little bit later when I will attach the pictures of my blood sugars. Also, actually, because the Dexcom trend is a little bit off, but I think it will help a little bit to show how the trend went on. So I took about 18 units of insulin, which is a lot. It's full day worth of insulin for me, even more than that. It was all in one go just for this oatmeal, 100 grams of oatmeal and a little bit of milk as well. So I still wait because I have to make sure the insulin is out of my bloodstream. For now it's still in. So I took the shot about 12:30, and now we are 3:30. So I have 1 hour left, even more, until my insulin will be out of my blood. So until then, I had to take this, and I hope everything will be fine. I will come back. Hello guys, I'm back 1 hour and a half later. Actually, I checked again my blood sugar. It's 3.9, still in the lowish side, but I'm okay with it. I had to take another tab of glucose like 30-45 minutes ago. I'm going to jump on my laptop now, guys, to show you how it went previous 2 times when I tried to eat the oatmeal. 120 grams it was last time. Hello guys, here I am on my laptop. I just logged in into my Dexcom Clarity account. See here my name, and I went to the particular days I want to show you. So my first day of test was 25th of May, and I tried it was my first try when I took 120 grams of oatmeal with milk, same cup of milk. And before that, I was, as you can see here, in the 5th range, which is pretty nice. It was a nice sweet over the night, as you can see. This is what I'm trying to achieve most of my time. And then I wanted to incorporate this new meal. I was thinking to try oatmeal because I know it's easy to make and it's pretty healthy in general. I took about 14 units of insulin, I think, at that point, and look how it went across the spike. I took an extra 1.5 or 2 units of insulin, and look how it went, and then it dropped because because of the extra, because I think I took twice. So I took about, when I was on the peak here, I realized it's going bad, and I took 2 units, and then it went up again, and I took another 2 units, and then it dropped. And then it went a little bit bumpy until I brought it to a nice level. This is something I don't want. See, this bumpy thing is I want this instead of this. I prefer this flat curve instead of this. This is what happens high carb meal. This. So this was the first try, and then I didn't give up. I went next day, and the next day I calculated my timing much better. So, and I increased the amount of insulin I took. So here I went for 18.5 units of insulin. I remember precisely. I woke up a little bit higher, and I didn't do anything until I saw the drop happening. So I was here, I took a shot around here, and then when I waited for about 1 hour, when I felt the drop, I started to eat, and here we are. It's much better than here, as you can see. And I remember I took an extra shot because of the spike here, somewhere around 1.5, so I end up with being like 20 units of insulin. And then I had a drop, and I had to rectify it to 3.2, the lowest. So I took the bumpy, it's a little bit much better, and here another drop. That's the rest of the day. So these are two tries I did with 120 grams of oatmeal. And this is today, guys. Can you see what I was talking about? The drop occurred over the night, multiple ones. Look, overnight, many alarms I had disturbed my sleep, very annoying. And then here in the morning when we did the test, this is the false alarm. I never had this value here. So this is just as I was eating. After I ate, when actually I was the highest, around 6, according to my prick finger, and then started to came back up here. Looks like it was I lost it a little bit, and then came back up here, which is close to reality, and then it started to drop. Here it showed more than actually what I had. So all these lows, guys, are not actually the real value I was having. I was around, it was the lowest I had, 3.7, I think, when it showed 3.1. When I showed you in the video and I took the glucose, and then it was across the day, I was a little bit low, but again, as I said, this is showing a little bit lower than actually I am. So I was around 4 on the late afternoon. Here I went for a run, but this is another story, and this is my dinner, which went a little bit too high. This is the graph for today, so you can see it wasn't too bad, but I took a little bit too much insulin, so looks like I should have taken 13 maybe units of insulin. So now you have seen how it went for me in all 3 tests. 2 tests with 120 grams of oatmeal, and the last one which I did today with 100 grams of oatmeal. First time it was the worst. It was a big bump I showed you on my laptop, and then followed by a drop. Next day it was much better, but still not what I wanted to be. And today I thought by increasing the quantity and maintaining pretty much the same quantity of insulin, maybe I will make it better, and it went much better. I never went to such a big spike like I did before, but I had a little bit of a drop, so I was in the low side. So probably I should have used, instead of 18 units, maybe somewhere around 15 units of insulin, maybe 14, 15, but you never know, because if I go on that, I could spike much more. So what do I think about this oatmeal? Is it good for me as a diabetic type 1? Is it good for you? I don't know. What I think is maybe if I take a smaller amount of oatmeal, instead of 100 grams, maybe 80 grams. But if I do less, I will feel hungry. Maybe for you it's okay, less. For me, it wouldn't be enough, 80 grams. If I am at home, if I don't eat just before I go to work or somewhere else where I'm busy, maybe. But if I have to go immediately somewhere at work where I'm busy, I wouldn't try it, because it takes, I need the time. The timing needs to be perfect to counter that spike. It's very spiky, as you saw it, so I need to take the insulin and wait for about 45 minutes, and then I can eat. Also, I wouldn't go out with so much insulin in my bloodstream, because it requires a lot of attention on my blood sugars. It takes a lot of care after, and I would be stressed whatever I would do, so I wouldn't be able to be fully on my tasks. Also, having so much insulin it generates a lot of error. Even if I split the dose in two, having like 16 units of insulin, it takes a lot of error. So whatever I take, I can take 16 today, and tomorrow I take the same 16, and the absorption could be better today and worse tomorrow. So this is something to take into account as well. Also, it depends how much sport you do. This is very important. I'm coming after a full week where I did at least 30 minutes of sports. If I'm coming after 2 weeks without doing any sports, these numbers must be different. And again, I don't know how much I need to adjust them to have a perfect number. So it's quite very difficult. It takes a lot of trial and error. But for me, the conclusion is I would take this only when I'm not going anywhere. I'm in a weekend on a free day, and I have time to look after my blood sugars. If I can choose between this, which is a high carb number, or meal, or a lower carb meal, I will always go for a lower carb meal, especially when I'm very busy and I go immediately to work. For diabetics type 1, I always say it's better to go on a low carb side rather than a high carb. In this video, you had the chance to see how difficult it is to control a high carb meal instead of having a low carb meal. This is the video for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you get notified each time I upload a new video. Leave some comments below with your thoughts, with your new ideas. Thank you for watching, and see you again next time.